Oh, that's right. We gotta talk to Astarion in here. Astarion.
No time to waste.
Morning. I hope last night's little unpleasantness hasn't left a bad taste in your... Well, I hope there are no bad feelings.
I can't do slash markers for some reason. I don't know why. It just says unexpected error occurred. I'll look into that later. The game time. Let's see. Oh yeah, at the end of the last session, we did a long rest, and Astarion, we woke up just in time to see him trying to suck our blood. And he was like, "It's not what it looks like." And I'm like, "Bro, it's exactly what it looks like. You're trying to take my blood." You know, if he had just asked, maybe Shadowheart would have said yes. But you don't go trying to take a girl's blood without permission. Actually, I was too curious, and I had to see what happened if we reacted very negatively, and it was a good roll, so it ended in not such a good result, which I wouldn't have minded living with, but he is pretty useful to have in the party, gameplay-wise at least. Also, he's just such a fun character. You know, if I'm not, like, totally obsessed with him the way a lot of people really like him. Anyway, what do we want to say here? I think we do say 3, because he is pretty lucky that we decided to save scum to bring him back. You're lucky I didn't kill you.
And you're lucky I'm not a true vampire. Last night could have gone very differently if I'd magically summoned a pack of wolves. Alas, I'm just a spawn. All of the hunger, few of the powers.
I'm not like the other vampires. Is that how you could stand in the sun, because you're not a true vampire?
Oh no. I should be cinders in this light. I hadn't seen the sun for 200 years before we crashed here. Someone, or something, wants me alive. They've changed the rules. Standing in the sun, wading through a river, wandering into homes without an invitation. They're all perfectly mundane activities now. As for my other quirks, well, we can figure those out in time. That's my theory, but who knows?
Oops, I think I was muted.
I'm just glad you're being sensible about these revelations. I was worried people might turn up with torches and pitchforks. Although there's still time.
Hunting with vampires. Never thought I'd see the day. Very well, but I'm keeping an eye on you. And no wisecracks about having us for supper.
Yeah. And I'm way too hot to touch.
Yeah, she is. If you don't like it, you can leave? Is that... I guess that's referring to Astarion. Or directed at him, I mean. Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend it. I won't get you, but the mind flayers might.
I'd just better not
I'm
wake with
confused.
any holes in my neck.
There now. We're all friends again. Shall we go?
Well,
There's a long day ahead of us.
Orlik wasn't upset, so I'm not too worried about it.
I've known people who are hungry for power, but Gale takes it a bit too literally for my liking. I wonder how he does it. Why he does it. I'm sure all will be revealed in time, but I don't like it. A waste of perfectly good treasure.
You're one to talk being hungry for power. How does someone become a vampire exactly?
It's simple. Just find a vampire that will drink your blood and turn you into a vampire spawn. Their obedient puppet. In theory, the next step is to drink their blood. Once you've done that, you're free and a true vampire.
So they bite you, you bite them.
Yes and no. The problem is, once you're a vampire spawn, they completely control you. They have to allow you to bite them.
And why would they do that? Vampires are power-hungry creatures. They won't lose a servant to create a competitor.
Trust me, it doesn't happen.
I'm curious what the narrator says if we consider telling him that we worship Shar.
You consider how he's likely to react. You haven't seen eye to eye on many things.
Oh, it's still
Can a
generic.
vampire really judge
Oh,
you for
never mind.
keeping secrets?
I'm definitely not gonna do it.
Well, what is it?
I think we gotta spend a lot more time with most of these people before Shadowheart's gonna be willing to open up to them. What do you think is waiting for us at Moonrise Towers?
Who knows? Drow? Mind flayers? Death? Hopefully not ours. But maybe answers. If we can convince the right people to talk.
Tell me everything that you've ever experienced in your life.
Why do you insist on exhuming the past? I was a slave. A vampire spawn. Kept by the Tsar family. Perhaps I still am. I was never able to resist their commands. But now, I've been conveniently lost. They won't ever control me again.
He fell off the back of a truck. Okay. So I imagine the rest of our party is gonna have something to say about our friend here being a vampire. I'll be right back real quick though. No, it's not a full comfort. Let's just step away for a second. Let's try talking to Will.
Highlight of my day.
Well met.
And of course, by all means, if you gotta go do something, do it. But, yeah. Tell me, Will, how did you come to be the Blade of Frontiers?
My father once said, one does not pursue a champion's life. One merely answers its call. So it was for me. I was hunting near the Cloakwood when I heard it. A child crying out from a lone farmstead. I found him in the fields, flanked by goblins. His mother's corpse bled into the soil next to him. I don't remember much of the battle, but I remember drying the boy's tears after.
I feel like Shadowheart actually is the kind of person to say something like this. Goblins. Pitiful vermin, easy to kill. Hardly worth getting worked up about.
Tell that to the boy shivering over his mother's ravaged corpse. It makes me angry to think about it still. Angry at the monsters preying on innocents. Angry at the so-called good gods for tolerating the cruelty of the evil. Angry at myself that it took so long for me to see the coast suffering. The frontiers demanded a blade. And so I heeded.
And before that,
Baldur's Gate, born and raised. The only son of a single father. He wanted one life for me. I chose another. We haven't spoken since I left the city. A classic drama. A staunch father and his rebellious son. Better heard from the bard's lips than mine.
how in the hells did you get involved with Mizora?
Ah, the one little question that put me out of house and home. I can't utter the terms or circumstances of the pact. I can tell you most all else, but the pact, I'm forbidden, unless Mizora permits it. But I'll say this. The moment I pacted myself to Mizora, I have not regretted for a heartbeat. It was my proudest deed. It was worth the sacrifice. All I can give you on that is my solemn word.
I really thought people would have more to say about the fact that there's a vampire among us.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Now here we go. What do you make of having a vampire in our camp?
We all have our burdens, one way or the other.
It's very charitable.
Soldier?
No, nothing new to say. Oh. Lae'zel. Hiding all the way back here.
Gale is positively voracious. Well, let him suck up all the magic he needs, as long as he doesn't snack on a Githyanki's silver sword.
Okay. Yeah. Slurping up the magic juice. I'm curious. Can't remember if we clicked on this. I'm curious what the narrator will say if we think about telling Lae'zel our secret.
Lae'zel is an ally, but not quite a friend. There's no telling how she might respond to the truth.
I think that's everyone. I don't think the dog's gonna have much to say about it. Alright. So what were we doing last time? Oh, that's right. We started exploring this basement, and all these bony guys came out of the coffins, and the mirror got angry at us. Now we're gonna explore this basement, the rest of it. Got a big skeleton here. Reminds me of the Smithsonian. Oh, nobody saw the trap there. I want to save. Wonder what it does. You got the Necromancy of Thay in there.
there are traps about.
I wonder if I can Indiana Jones this. Probably.
Easy.
That's a tough one. Good roll and lots of bonuses though, so not too bad. Nobody saw the gargoyles, huh? Alright. So let's see, what... Can we see... How heavy is this? It is 1 pound. Pound? It's probably not pounds. Grace bottle is not heavy enough.
There is work to do.
What about... Like about a carafe of water? Let's see, can we just slide this to the side a little bit? No, no! Oh, right, it lifted it up when we moved it, of course. Silly me thinking we could just slide it over and it would slide over, rather than picking it up and setting it back down. Well, at least it automatically put us into turn-based mode, I think? No? It sounded like it did. Oh, I guess because we immediately put it back down, it didn't quite trigger the trap or something? Okay, that worked. That's awesome.
The book is locked tight with no visible keyhole, only an oval recess in the cover's mouth. You try to examine the book, but the longer you stare, the more those piercing amethyst eyes draw you in. You feel the darkness radiating from the book. It's delicious.
Please don't open the creepy book.
That looks terribly heavy. Why don't you let me carry it for you?
We surely shouldn't leave such a threat out, where anyone could stumble across it.
So don't leave it. I guess we'll just put it away for now. Let's get away from the gargoyles. Not sure what that marble plate is supposed to do. Oh, you got some lore here to read. Some research notes. Gray's dead, failed, gone too long, body decomposed. Reanimation failed, came back as ghoul, had to kill it again. Speak with dead failed, answers unhelpful. Clone failed, needs living tissue. Reanimation plus clone? Failed, had to kill both ghouls. Resurrection failed, why? Magical curse? True resurrection. I have reached the limit of my skills and resources. The book offers help. Dare I accept? Unca S indeed. Moonhaven logbook. The book is filled with pages and pages of observations tracking travelers and people in the village. You turn to the final pages. 26 Halesis. Oliver Singe, merchant, arrives in Moonhaven, departs next day. Halishite. Okay, don't actually know if I want to read all this. Looks like this might be... What's the word? Like logging events leading up to what happened to the town. Why did this update? I guess it mentioned the key gem? I don't know. You know what the Collectania Rubrum is about? You turn page after page filled with strange alchemical sketches and formulae. Some are written plainly, some in runes and scripts you barely recognize. There are guides to transmutating metals and recipes for weapons of war. But more than anything else, the book is concerned with reanimating dead flesh. Who is this person trying to reanimate? Oh, Scroll of Featherfall, I'll take that. Is it
take a peek.
this person? Or is this just one of their test subjects? Oh, there's a spider silk cocoon in here. I don't think I want to loot it though. Where'd I go? The Evil Eye. While the number of trinkets and bargains a hag personally acquires means that her powers will be unique compared to that of her sisters, hags as a whole can still be divided into 3 subcategories. Night hags, named as such for their ability to haunt a mortal's dreams, slowly devouring vital essence until the victim's soul can be trapped into the hag's soul bag. They are known for being petty, selfish braggarts. He-hags, known for devouring their victims whole. He-hags can terrorize and kill with a single look. They reek of fish and are incapable of making a proper cup of tea. And green hags, they are beautiful, they are powerful. Speak not a word against them. Uh-oh. Ooh, bracers of defense. +2 armor class while not wearing armor or holding a shield. Probably good for Gale to wear. Maybe will if we give him non-armor clothing. Give him mage armor. I know that's what I was using on my warlock in my first playthrough for the bulk of my playthrough. At least until much later in the game once I finally got something that was worth replacing it with. Oh,
I should
antidote.
take that.
Bunch of scrolls. There's a little bone, not so little bone sticking out of this pot. It's funny.
This bear was young, judging by the teeth. Juveniles aren't so impressive as trophies.
This one was young. Doubt it put up much of a fight.
It's big, but still young. Heavens help the hunter if its mother caught them.
This one's not yet grown. Oh, poor thing.
Let's try this way.
Yep, found the Skyrim. I bet this key goes to the door where the Necronomicon, I mean, the Necromancy of Thay was find. Oh, what? Oops. Sorry about that. I must have hit my F9 key, it looks like. I don't know. Anyway, thank you. I guess we're done here.
Starion, how is the rat diet going?
It may soon come to an end if you don't shut your mouth.
Well, hello. A crooked touch.
I wonder what the next move is.
Ooh. Wonder who I should give this to. Where gains momentum for 3 turns, which increases movement speed by 5 feet per remaining turn. Probably give that to Astarion.
What a day.
So he's gonna be the one that is gonna be moving around a bunch to try to stick to the shadows and stuff. And again, it could be good for Karlach as well, so she can close distances faster, but then again, they're usually gonna come to her.
No time to dally. Have to keep pushing. Might as well take a look.
Cliff's journal.
Let's see.
That could be useful. The pupil surpasses the teacher. My master weapons are almost complete. There's just one component left. Samson says the designs are a failure, but what's he know? He can barely see past his own belly. I stashed the prototypes and blueprints for now, but just you wait, Samson. Your legend is fading, and a new one will rise in its place.
These weapons sound worth forging. If I can find the design.
What's this? Regarding strange riders in these parts. Oh god, that's so small. The date on this letter has faded with time, but the paper alone indicates great age. My fellow citizens, for fellow citizens we are,
Parched and peckish.
like it or not.
Me too. Keep an eye out for any passing vagrants.
Starion.
I'm afraid you'll have to content yourself with vagrant chickens.
No, not the chickens. I print and post multiple copies of this notice in the region at no small expense to myself because I feel a growing concern and alarm. Capital C and A in concern and alarm. Actually, this whole sentence has capital letters at the start of the words. A growing concern and alarm at the presence of strange riders in these parts of late. Many of you will have seen them, tramping through our forests and towns under the guise of patrol. They claim they are guardians sent from Elturel to protect the borders of the great holy nation of Elturgard. Don't be fooled by shining armor or handsome mounts. I never bent the knee to any Elturgard, and I never asked any metal jester to come peering over my garden fence. As you all know, I'm descended direct from the original Selenite settlers along these banks, and I have a half-elven great-uncle who will swear to it. We're peaceable folk, and we get on with the druids well enough, but I pay no fealty or tax to any far-off city I can't even find on a map. I took no small pleasure in telling these thugs just that, and I urge you to do the same. They call themselves Hell Riders, and I call them interlopers. And they can bugger off to the hells, them and their city both. With grave concern and serious intent. Damon Briska, proud and free, citizen of the Heartlands. A code, perhaps? CAPSRTP? I don't know if that means anything. I don't know. Might just be, like, putting emphasis on it. Or it could be a reference to something. Selenite necklace.
Not to my taste, certainly.
Yeah, she's not gonna be interested in that. Ew. Calcified web. Oh hey, there's a key here.
Better fetch that.
I should have come up and grabbed this before going into the basement. Oops, did not mean to pick up an extra torch. Should we see what's down here? Whoops. Is this just another... The game crashed. So much for not another jank stream. And I'm gonna be dropping frames while it uploads the save data to the cloud, I'm sure. Yep, there it goes. There go the frames. Goodbye, frames. No way. Look at me, I'm beautiful. Ooh. We're still sinking and we're still dropping frames. Oh, there we go. still not nearly as bad as the frame droppage last night. Seems like whatever was causing that is cleared up, thankfully. In fact, we were still sitting at 0 drop frames for the whole stream until Steam started uploading save data to the cloud. Yeah, we didn't lose too much progress because I saved as soon as we got outside. Oh! Congratulations on grabbing your first, not Zohan. That reminds me, I do gotta check something. Looks like that works. And welcome in. Good to see you. Yeah, that's a new one that I just added a couple days ago. So this will be the first full stream that's available for us since the stream last night got cut short. Oh, and we got our blowhigh out. Rest assured I am holding my blowhigh in real life. Oops.
How delicious.
Yeah. I think I'll come back to this chest. I'm probably about to find the key. This again real quick. Since it's for a quest, I think. Oh, is it not actually for a quest? I guess it's just flavor.
Worth a shot?
Oops.
Might as well take a look.
I'm feeling a bit parched and peckish.
Okay, we heard this already.
Me too. Keep an eye out for any passing vagrants.
Pretty sure this is for the basement of this building.
Yourself with
Grab it anyway just to be safe though.
I ought to speak.
Oh, you don't want to talk. Okay. I'll go and save before I jump in this time, since it crashed last time. Oh. And yeah, it's just the same basement that we've been in before. That's right. Just got back from your first tabletop evening session of Cyberpunk Red. Oh, that sounds fun. Your last playing Helldivers. Oh yeah, I did see that actually. I was lurking a little bit. Or keyflib.
Let's try this way.
Yeah, how's the tabletop session?
Worth a rummage?
I've never played the tabletop of the Cyberpunk series. I have played through Cyberpunk 2077 though, which I enjoyed a lot. Yeah, this is like an alternate way you can sneak up into the town, I guess, on the knotted routes, but then I think the goblins will be hostile.
More blueprints from our local blacksmith.
Not too refined here. Just quick ideas sketched out.
Guess that doesn't actually progress the quest. Tons of stuff. Learned about the rules. Complicated in theory, simpler in practice, and the turns feel fast. That's good. Sounds like something going on in there. What do we have here? Looks like meat's back on the menu.
A feast fit for an ogre. You notice a peculiar dagger protruding from the tough, leathery meat.
Oh no, Yuya. Shadowheart's gonna try to be strong and just pull it out with brute strength. Oh. Wow, she did it.
You yank the dagger free, leaving a narrow slit behind.
Now, can we take the meat?
Mystery meat, tough as boar hide. Only the sharpest teeth could pierce it.
Can't drag it. It's worth 8 camp supplies, so I kinda want it. This starring needs your teeth. It's got bludgeoning vulnerability. Do we have anybody with a bludgeoning weapon? Not really. These are all blades. Oh, what about the torch? That's bludgeoning damage. Oh, it literally just destroys it. Okay. That's silly. I mean, it makes sense. Just fellas, do you ever just annihilate an entire piece of an animal by whacking it with a torch? Session was hosted by a friend of yours, a GM who hosted D&D on and off for about 8 years. Oh, nice. Is that? No, rotten fish. It's always hard to tell when a fish is rotten. At least in a video game, because you can't smell it. But I just mean the thumbnail icon is a little hard to distinguish from the non-rotten thumbnail. Still wondering. It seems strange that this meat has like a unique interaction. I don't know if there's anything else we can do about it.
Have to keep pushing.
Hey. Grab the stick it's attached to? No, it's not selectable.